This short tutorial will show you how to easily use the Pilot Central Resource Organizer to build your own easy-to-find link library. We are currently using the Google Chrome browser open to the Pilot Central homepage, but most any browser can be used. First, let's get to the Resources page. So we're going to click up here in the Resources tab. And since we're not already signed in, we have to put in our credentials. If we were already signed in, it would have opened the page. As you can see, since this is the first time we're using the Resources page, it's basically a blank page with a menu. We're going to add our first category. Airplanes I might be interested in buying. So we're going over here to categories, and we're going to hit add and type in the window airplanes I might buy. And then we save it. As you can see, we've created our first category on the page. I'm going to close the window now, and we're going to add a couple of resources, and those resources are going to be the pages that give information on the two particular aircraft I'm interested in, the Piper Seneca and the Cessna Corvallis. So first of all, we'll click the Resources button in this window, and it opens up an Add Resources window. As you can see here, we have the four most popular search engines. You can choose any one of them. I'm going to use Google here. And I'm going to just search for Piper aircraft. I go to the Piper aircraft homepage, and I see their choice of aircraft on their homepage. I'm going to click the Seneca 5. Alright, this is the page I want to have close to me all the time on my web desk. So what I'm going to do is grab this icon in the URL address bar by clicking on the button, left button on the mouse, and just dragging it up to the tab for Pilot Central. And then once we have Pilot Central open, we can simply drag this link into the link window in the Add Resources window. And as you can see, it just created the link there. But now we want to describe it. So we're going to say Piper Seneca. And then we'll add it. Now we've just created our first resource under the category airplanes I might buy. I'm now going to go look for the Cessna Corvallis because that's the other one I want to consider. I'll use a different search engine. So we'll go to Cessna Aircraft. We just happen to have it up here. And under Cessna Aircraft, we're going to click under their single engine airplanes. Under their single engine airplanes, there is the Cessna Corvallis. Now, this is the page I want to keep coming back to when I want information about the Corvallis. So I'm going to grab the icon again in the URL window, drag it up to the tab for Pilot Central, and then back to the link window and drop it in. Then I'm going to name it Cessna Corvallis, and then click the Add button. Okay, we've now created two links under airplanes I might buy. You could use this to find a particular aircraft in a used airplane magazine or whatever and put the link right here. Alright, let's check and see if they work. Let's close the resources window, and we'll just click. Let's close our previous windows that were open, and we'll click on Piper Seneca. And there it goes right to the page we're interested in seeing. Alright, we'll close that page. And now we'll click on the Cessna, and it goes right to that page. So now we've created a category of airplanes I might buy, and we've created two resources under there that I might want to refer to frequently. Let's add another category. I have a Robinson helicopter, so I want to keep up with the latest updates for Robinson helicopters on their publications. So I'm going to go again into categories and create a category. So I'll hit add, and this one is going to be Robinson helicopters, and I'll save it. As you can see, our new category, Robinson helicopters, just popped up. So let's click on that and open that category. I can now close my category window, and I now want to add resources for Robinson helicopter. So I'll click on the resources button. I'm going to open a search engine and go to Robinson helicopter. And there it popped up. So we'll go to Robinson helicopter, and we'll go to their main page, and there's their publications. So we want to look at the R44 series, and there it gives us the current status. Actually, they're showing all their helicopters, but the current status of all their publications. So I want to keep this page handy because I use that page very frequently. I'll do the same thing. I'll grab the little icon in the URL address bar and drag it up to Pilot Central, and then I'll bring it down to the link box. And then I'm going to say status of Robinson publications, and I'll add it. So now we have our first resource under Robinson helicopters, which is the status of Robinson publications. And then we'll close this box, and we can close our resource box, and there you see we have two categories, each with resources. If we want to go back to airplanes, we can open airplanes. There's our Cessna, and there's our Piper. If we go back to Robinson, there's our publications. If we click on it, we go right to the status of the Robinson publications. Very easy to use. Now, some browsers are a little different and require just a little bit different technique in getting the URL into the link box. So we're going to open up, this was Chrome, and we're going to open up Internet Explorer. So let's go ahead and close this out. And we're going to log out of Pilot Central and close the window, and then open up Internet Explorer. We'll go to FAAPilotCentral.com, and basically we'll do the same thing. We'll click the resource bar, enter our credentials, and log in. Well, there you see we already added these resources. Now we're going to add one more resource. Let's go into airplanes I might buy and look for a Beech Baron. So we'll hit the we'll make sure that we have our tab open for the category airplanes I might buy. Hit resources. We'll use a search engine, and we'll put in here Beech aircraft. And then we go to the Hawker Beechcraft corporate home. Okay, now we want to look at the Beechcraft, and we want to look at a Baron. So this is the page for the Baron. Should be popping up here any second. And this is the page we want to refer to. So now we're in Internet Explorer, which is a little bit different from Chrome. Safari works the same way as this one. And what we'll do is come in here into the URL address bar, click on it, and then right click, copy that address, and then we simply go back to Pilot Central, go into the window, right click again, and paste it in. And this time we're going to put in here Beech Barren. And you can see we now added the Beech Barren. We'll go ahead and close that window and test it. Click on Beech Barren and we go right to the Barren. So as you can see, this is a very easy way of putting resources. If you're a flight surgeon and want to keep a list of all your specific categories and resources you need, a flight instructor, AvSport pilot, an examiner, all the things that are particularly useful for you can be kept in one place at your FAAPilotCentral.com resource bar. Thank you.